Welcome to Triumph IAS. It's a daily mains practice question and answer series. This program is exclusively designed for UPSC CSE aspirants. In this video discussion, we will discuss UPSC CSE mains previous 25-year questions. Question number 1. Why was there a sudden spurt in famines in colonial India since the mid-18th century? Give reasons. Let's start with the introduction of the answer. Indian agriculture is heavily dependent on a favorable southwest summer monsoon for securing water for irrigating crops. The main body of the answer should be droughts, combined with British economic and administrative policies, periodically led to major Indian famines in colonial India like the Chalisa famine of 1783 to 1784, Agra famine of 1837 to 1838, Great Famine of 1876 to 1878, and the Bengal Famine of 1943. Colonial policies like levies for war, the expansion of export agriculture, neglect of agricultural investment, exponential tax rate, export ban, and one-way trade, poor investment in irrigation infrastructure, etc. was the reason for the increased frequency of famine since the mid-18th century in India. Export crops displaced millions of acres that could have been used for domestic subsistence and increased the vulnerability of Indians to food crisis. Conclusion of the answer is, the famine of 1876 to 1878 caused a large migration of agricultural laborers and artisans from southern India to British colonies. It was the direct cause of investigations that led to the establishment of the Indian Famine Code. Question number 2. Explain the constitutional provisions under which legislative councils are established. Review the working and current status of legislative councils with suitable illustrations. Let's start with the introduction of the answer. In our country, the Legislative Council, also known as Vidhan Parishad, is the upper house of a bicameral legislature. The makers of the constitution provided that initially, the states of Bihar, Bombay, Madras, Punjab, the United Provinces, and West Bengal would have a legislative council. The main body of the answer should be, states were given the option of abolishing an existing second chamber or seeking to set up a new one by passing a resolution in their legislative assembly, the creation of which is given in Article 169 of the Indian Constitution and can also be abolished according to Article 169 of the Constitution. Article 168 mentions about the Legislative Council in some of the states of our country. There is no rule of having a bicameral legislature in the state of India. It is because our constitution framers knew that it will not be possible for every state to have a bicameral legislature, due to financial or any other reason. Article 169 talks about the creation or abolition of the Legislative Council. For the creation or abolition of the Legislative Council, the Legislative Assembly must pass a resolution that must be supported by more than 50% of the total strength of the Assembly. It must be supported by more than 2/3 RD of the total member as present in voting. Therefore, it talks about the absolute and special majority. Conclusion of the answer is, the resolution to create or to abolish the Legislative Council needs the assent of the President as well. As of now, 6 states across the country have a functioning Legislative Council: Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Karnataka. Question number 3. The increase in life expectancy in the country has led to newer health challenges in the community. What are those challenges and what steps need to be taken to meet them? Let's start with the introduction of the answer. Modern healthcare system, changing economic and social orders, growing health consciousness, and the fast connectedness to the outer world are some of the reasons of increase in life expectancy. The main body of the answer should be, what are the challenges? Number 1. Provisions of pensions and other healthcare facilities for the elderly citizens are pressuring budgets, while there are increasing demands of employments to the youth. Number 2. Elderly people are facing social eliminations, and even their own children are treating them as a burden to the family. Number 3. In return, the moral values of societies are decreasing rapidly. Number 4. Poor countries have their other developing challenges. In such a situation, investment on elderlies are often seen as unnecessary. Solutions to the problem with examples. Number 1. To treat elderlies as blessings rather than problem. These people have their lifetime of experiences in almost every crucial challenges of a society. These are valuable experiences which can be converted to utilities. Conclusion of the answer is, materialistic outlook is the reason behind the isolation of the old people. Throwing elderlies into a garbage bag is not a humane way to deal this problem. To recognize and utilize the wisdom and experiences of the elderlies are the best ways forward.